Swirling spiral arms of galaxy M33 can be seen in visible light, but the true extent of these spiral arms are revealed in ultraviolet light. Just as a dog can hear a whistle just outside the range of human hearing, bugs can see light just outside the range our eyes can see. A bug zapper emits this ultraviolet light to attract insects. Johann Ritter conducted an experiment in 1801 to find out what, if any, electromagnetic waves are beyond violet. Ritter knew that photographic paper would turn black more rapidly in blue light than in red light. So he tried exposing the paper beyond the violet end of the visible spectrum. Sure enough, the paper turned black, proving the existence of light beyond violet, ultraviolet rays. These ultraviolet rays, or UV radiation, vary in wavelength from 400 nanometers to 10 nanometers and can be subdivided into three regions: UVA, UVB, and UVC. Visible light from the sun passes through the atmosphere and reaches the Earth's surface. UVA, long-wave ultraviolet, is the closest to visible light. Most UVA also reaches the surface, but shorter wavelengths, called UVB, are the harmful rays that cause sunburn. Fortunately, about 95% of these harmful UVB rays are absorbed by ozone in the Earth's atmosphere. UVC rays are the shortest and most harmful and are almost completely absorbed by.
Like the magnetic field, there's another cosmic force that affects life on Earth in mysterious ways. It hides in broad daylight, but there's no hiding from it. Ignore it, and you'll get burned, or worse.
It's every parent's worst nightmare. A happy child who normally looks like this, reduced to this.
Your skin protects you from the outside world, but it needs a bit of help to protect you from UV. With an ultraviolet camera, you can see inside your skin. You can see when skin has been protected and when it hasn't been. You can also see how sunscreen protects you from UV, so you can more safely enjoy what's wonderful about the sun. So, take care out there. And give care out there.
Cancer is the middle grade of skin cancer. If it hangs around long enough, it will spread. We've gotten to Richard's long before it's going to spread, and we're just going to show you what's involved today in actually removing a skin cancer once it's gotten started. So the skin cancer you're going to see on his leg measures about 1 inch by 1/4 of an inch, and I'm going to start by putting in local anesthesia, for which Richard will feel a pin and a little burning, and then the area will go numb. First, I'm going to prep it by cleaning it with some alcohol. I'm going to inject some anesthesia here. Rich, you'll feel a pin. Deb, can I get some more gauze, please? And I'm going to take one more anesthesia, please. Thank you. So you may see a little swelling or a little blanching in the color as I'm injecting this. And at this point, it's already becoming numb, and then we're going to let it sit for 2 or 3 minutes to make sure it's completely numb, and then we'll proceed. So the leg and the skin has been anesthetized. It's covered with a drape to keep things relatively sterile, and we're going to proceed to just scoop out any remaining skin cancer that's there. Then I'm going to cauterize it, and then scoop it and cauterize it and scoop it a last time, send that last piece to the laboratory to demonstrate that it's all been removed. Here we go. So I'm using a curved knife, which is called a curette, and I'm literally scraping out the bad tissue. This is a very sharp instrument. The curve is almost as sharp as a knife, and we're just going to eliminate that tissue. I'm going to scrape in another direction. One more time. There's a small amount of bleeding, but not as much as you would expect, because I've used medicine in the anesthesia that reduces the bleeding. There's a little adrenaline in there. Now I'm going to cauterize it, which means I'm going to use a very hot instrument as a second form of destroying the cancerous tissue. The tip of this point is about 1200 degrees. And we are cauterizing the tissue. And I'm done with the first layer of removal. Now I'm going to do a second layer, and I'm going to scrape out again any residual debris from my burning and any possible cancerous cells that escaped the first level of scraping. Less bleeding this time because of the cauterization from the last step. So I'm using my chemical again, which is aluminum chloride. It's a little bit like what we have in styptic pencil that guys use to stop bleeding when they're shaving. Now I'm going to cauterize a second time. I'm going to wait one time here. Cauterize the second time. Now I'm going to take a new instrument, which again is clean and sterile, and this time I'm going to take a third layer, and I'm going to send this third layer to the laboratory to demonstrate that there is no skin cancer left here. And the laboratory will give me a report which says just destroyed tissue with no tumor left. At this point, any residual bleeding I fix with this chemical again, and the procedure is complete. We're just going to cover this with some bacitracin, which is an antibiotic ointment, and a Band-Aid, and Rich will apply that ointment a couple of times a day, and it'll take 2 or 3 weeks for this to heal. So, in the event that your sunscreen hasn't done what we'd like it to do, and we do get to the point of enough damage to actually cause a skin cancer, this is one of the techniques we use for removing skin cancer, and again, just more reinforcement to remind you to use your sunscreen every day of the year. Enjoy yourself in the sun, but protect yourself.